Alrighty. So yeah, hello everyone. Jill Dragoon here, playing Escape from Bug Island. Just wanted to go into the options screen quick before we get started. One thing that I always do is pump up the brightness all the way. There is a reason for it, but we'll get into that later. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go easy. I need to turn notifications off on my phone. But yeah, timer will start when the cutscene plays after hitting start for some odd reason, but we'll be keeping track of that on my end. Okay. So, as I mentioned, this is Escape from Bug Island. It was a Wii game. Yep, I would not like to begin the tutorial, and yes, I am sure. Yeah, it was a pretty early Wii game. It was called Necronesia in Japan. When they brought it to the US, they just called it Escape from Bug Island. I don't think it sold very well, but it's a fun game. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Um, I picked it up shortly after it came out, and yeah, for some reason I just fell in love with it. Um, but anywho's, so the reason I turned up the brightness is you do actually have a light that you can use throughout the game. Unfortunately, the light attracts literally everything, and there are some bugs later on that you encounter that basically if they home in on you, you're just dead. So turn up the brightness instead, don't have to worry about that. Kind of cheesing the system, but we'll deal with it. So, plot of the game, you are playing as Ray, and you show up on this island with your friends Michelle and Mike. Ray has the hots for Michelle. Mike knows that. Mike decides to hit on Michelle anyways, so then there's some stupid drama stuff. Mike and Michelle run off because she needs time to think. He needs time to be a jerkbag. And Ray basically just passes out at camp. He wakes up later, has no idea where they are, and decides to go look for them. And then along the way, we encounter lots of bugs. It kind of fits with the name. Yeah. There are, I mean, obviously, as the flying fish go by, there are things on there that are not bugs. But obviously, the title would be way too long if you included everything. So we are done with the first stage. I can guarantee that my cat is going to try and jump on my lap because he's a jerk like that. Come on, Monty. Come on. Okay, whatever. He's not going for it. Okay, so yeah, the millipedes and stuff that we found on the beach, those are pretty harmless. You don't really have to worry about those. We're going to be coming up to the first actual threat in the game. So here's the praying mantis. They're kind of a pushover, but we're not going to even bother with them. That is too far to the left, but whatever. Okay. Hey, Monty. What's up, bud? Okay, so one thing that I do actually like about the game, if you're doing a casual playthrough, you can see on the map in the lower right, there's a bunch of like yellow flashing lights and stuff. Those are often hints that kind of give you, well, obviously they give you a hint as to where to go next. Since I've gone through the game multiple times, don't really have to worry about that. I'm gonna take this out here quick. And of course, since this is a Wii game, it's got all the waggling that you need. Oh, come on. That's not what... Really now? Okay, sorry about that. Don't chew on my cord, bud. Okay, so yeah, one of the notes basically says, oh hey, I dropped my lighter up north. I think one of the bugs took it up to a nest, something along those lines. So they tell you where to go, and the game is pretty straightforward, so there's really no issues there. But we're gonna go into this, the little pinkish colored flashes on the map. They tell you where like to go next, basically. So we're gonna light this lamp. Skip the cutscene. Head out right away. Okay, so off we go. So the item that I picked up in the shack there was a can of spinach. That is for full health. There are mushrooms that you can find along the way that have various effects depending on the type of mushroom that it is. Some of them are actually bad and can reduce your health or flat out kill you, if I remember correctly, which we don't want that. So we're going to just rely on spinach because apparently it's good for you. But we're going to encounter our first new characters. They're both awful.
Try explaining it in English this time.
The one takeaway from this game is that every single character in this game is a terrible human being. So, yeah, we're going to go on. Basically, you get in there and the guy on the left says, oh, I have this top secret super weapon that I need to defend myself against all the bugs, but I'm too afraid to go out and get it. I need you to get it for me. So we're going to go get a can of bug spray. And that's not an exaggeration. Okay. Come on. Ah, I went too high up. There we go. So we use Harry's key.
Hey, what's this?
Get the bug spray. And we're on our way back. Anywho's, yeah, so this is a mysterious island where lots of people are interested in it because the bugs here are known to be potentially, or like, overly large, and for some reason people think that that means that there can be like medicinal purposes of the island used for pharmaceuticals and stuff, and Harry is a scientist that basically is getting paid to come scope that stuff out. So we're going to go back with the bug spray. Okay, so Harry's dead. He just died. This gorilla killed him. So we're going to fight the gorilla. Gorilla does not like getting hit in the face. Don't blame him. He's going to hit me. I don't blame him for that either. So, basically the point of this fight is to get him distracted enough so that he shakes the tree next to me multiple times. The only downside is there's a lot of times when he can't be hit, which will come into play later as well, but come on. Sorry if I sound weird when I'm attacking stuff, because like I said, it's a Wii game, so I have to sit here and shake the Wii remote to actually do damage to stuff. Come on. Okay, that should be good enough. There we go. So, Gorilla catches all the bugs, and he runs off. So, we just met Harry. Harry's dead. Lynn ran off. And we're on to the next stage. Okay, so this stage, there's nothing too much to it. We're just going to kind of pass through. They do introduce a mechanic that gets used 3 or 4 times, depending on where you go. But again, it's a Wii game, so we got to do more motion control stuff. Honestly, I don't know if I'd like the game more or less if it didn't have motion controls, though, because it just kind of adds to the stupidness of the game. So let's go up here. So one of the notes that we'll end up finding, or that you would end up finding if you actually looked for them, says something along the lines like, "Oh, I was crossing a log and I dropped my scythe. Too bad I can't cut down vines anymore," or something along those lines. So we're gonna go fetch it. Gonna do some bug avoiding. Okay. So here's the introduction of balancing. You just have to hold the Wii remote and twist it whichever direction to make sure that you're still staying in the blue. And now we're going to completely ignore what we just learned. I'm going to throw myself off this log. The reason for that, from a speedrun perspective at least, is just it's a lot quicker than climbing down, because there's multiple things that you have to hop down, which I'll be going upwards and reverse, obviously. So. Okay, bypass the purple mushroom. Okay, so nothing major there. We're going to swap out our equipment. Don't really need the stick anymore. One thing I do like about the game is you only have to go into the menu a few times, because you can basically set things to quick swap. So anytime that I hit the Z button on the nunchuck, it cycles through whatever weapons I have set within the menu. But another quick cutscene. There's a note that you find that basically says, like, oh, one of our friends was afraid of the bugs, so they put all their belongings in a bag and threw it up in a tree or something. You just end up seeing the bag, and you can shoot it down if you want, but there's a grenade in there, and we don't have any use for grenades. Which you think that we would, but they take too much time. So off we go. And we're going to slice through this. Okay, so another easy stage. I'm not really worried about doing safety saves or anything, because the game is actually kind of nice, and if you do die, you can retry. So you usually don't have to worry about stuff like that. So anywho's, more gorilla. We're going to avoid gorilla. And now here's the most... No, okay. I was going to try and avoid gorilla. That didn't happen. But yeah. These giant flies are the most obnoxious because if you don't get rid of them, they will basically cause you to go into a stun animation, and then everything around you will just kick the crap out of you. So the insecticide does work well for getting rid of them, otherwise you can just hit them out of midair too. And if they happen to bug you while you're crossing a log, you fall in and just die. And we don't want that to happen. So swap into the rocks. We are going to have to do some rock tossing here in a bit, but won't be anything too bad. There's little Venus flytrap, bear traps on the ground. Okay. Back to the bug spray. So yeah, there's not too much going on. I might as well just do some filler commentary. Like I mentioned, I picked up the game shortly after it came out. Oh, dagnabbit. Fly, get away. But when I first picked it up, there were no guides or anything out there, so I ended up actually writing the first strategy guide for the game way back when. Went through all the stuff like how to get different mission objectives, because you can get bonus, they call them purple fragments, and basically on New Game Plus, if you have enough purple fragments in certain sections, you can unlock like super powerful weapons and stuff. Like the best weapon, oh, that was close. The best weapon in the game is just a giant scythe that you can use. But you need to go through on New Game Plus and have like 8,000 purple fragments or something crazy like that. But yeah, so it was fun writing the guide for it. Learned a lot about it originally. I didn't actually bother trying to speedrun it until a few years back though. Ended up having world record for a brief amount of time, and then someone else got it back, and I haven't really done any grinding for it or anything. Mostly because there are a few sections that are just absolutely obnoxious, and I don't always want to feel like dealing with that. Come on. Okay, so more flies, more frogs, more traps, but we're almost out. Oh, come on. Sometimes the flies will group up nicely and you can take out like 2 of them at once, but not having too much luck there. Hey, there goes a spider. Okay, so you hear Michelle scream, She's being attacked by a giant bug, of course. We are going to try and save her. That gorilla's kind of a jerk because he can chuck boulders at you while you're climbing up the mountain, but won't be too bad. Nope, let's not do that. I don't think I was going to be able to avoid that on either side, so figured I might as well roll. And to answer an earlier question, there actually is some motion control with the nunchuck. Basically, if you aren't attacking or anything and you shake the Wii remote, you'll dodge to the right like I did there. If you shake the nunchuck, you'll dodge to the left. Anywho's, so we have bomb ants now, who are just annoying. If you're playing casually, they can be beneficial because you can spray them with bug spray and pick them up, and you can use them as grenades. But again, that's time consuming, unfortunately. And then I don't remember if it takes effect for all difficulty levels or if it's just easy mode, but if you do take damage, your health slowly fills up over time. That actually is kind of story related, just based off of the pharmaceutical use that I was mentioning earlier, where they say that the island has mysterious properties for that. Okay, doing stupid stuff, getting myself blown up. That's fine, because like I said, they'll come back. So here's the kind of obnoxious part. So Mike is hanging from the bridge. The spider is also at the bridge, along with a bunch of little spiders. You can't get too close to the giant spider because it will just swipe at you. Come on. Oh my goodness. There we go. So, knock the spider off. Go to save Mike. Mike's dead. He fell off. So yeah, moving on. Okay, so there's a note in here that I have to read. So it'll trigger a cutscene. Let's do that. Pick up some safety spinach. Alright. So here are lizard women in this bug game. Come on. There we go. So, as I mentioned earlier, there are bugs that if they see you, they'll swarm you and kill you instantly. They are back here as well, but basically you need to lure them away by killing one of the other lizard women so that they swarm the carcass instead. So we're just off to go get some more stuff. Nope. Come on. This game only has like 4 audio tracks, but oddly enough, I do actually enjoy the more mellow ones. Hey, got a machete and a barn key. Oh crap! I thought they were gonna go the other way. They did not. See my shaky hands with the balancing. Okay. So there's Lynn getting attacked by lizard women. She gets saved by somebody named Robert. Hey, there's a giant worm. Giant sandworm. So anywho's, we run away from the giant sandworm. Hey, there's Lynn and Robert. Lynn and Robert are dead. They just died. Sandworm got them. So, off we go. Do, do, do. Yep. There's man-faced dogs in my Bug Island game. These guys are a pain. Just because they're so much faster than Ray. Anywho's. This is just a giant maze, but obviously I've gone through it enough. Oh, just leave me alone. There they go. So I've left their territory, and now there'll be lizard women. Off we go. Okay, just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna duck over here and grab another safety spinach. Normally you only need 2, or like 2's usually all that you should need, but knowing my luck, something's gonna go wrong, so let's not have that happen. Alright, and we're out of the maze. little bit of sidetracking here. That's not really sidetracking, it's required, but most people would probably instinctively go inside the temple first. But you get in there and they say, hey, I lost the key, because of course they did. Yep, come on. There we go. Okay, this one actually is a detour. I'm gonna go pick up a decent weapon. It's not really required, but it's not that far out of the way. And besides, every dragoon needs a lance, so I'm gonna go pick one up. And the bug spray is pretty strong. But it also has absolutely no reach. So anywho's, yeah, during cutscenes, Michelle is there, she wakes up, and she gets chased by a giant gorilla. We can fight giant gorilla. It'd be swell if he moved. There we go, thank you. We're just gonna avoid giant gorilla instead. Okay, we're essentially in the heart of the island. Find a note, or yeah, necro notes. This is the Cave of Time. Very special place, apparently. Ray can't read, so he doesn't care. And off we go. Okay. We have found Michelle. First thing we do is spray her with bug spray. Now this is the most obnoxious part of the entire run. Because she has to follow you into the heart of the cave. But she's also incredibly slow. And if you get too far away from her, or if there are too many bugs nearby her, she stops in her tracks and then starts coughing and shouting at you. Which is super obnoxious to have to deal with. Yep, there we go. At least I'm pretty sure that one of the requirements is that there's too many bugs nearby her, because it seems to always happen, but could be wrong. I wish I actually knew the requirements for that. Come on. Just sit here and keep attacking spiders, I guess. Come on. This is like the longest that she's ever not followed me. Okay. Come on. Really? We're so close. Just get over here. If you're allergic to bugs, you shouldn't have come to Bug Island. Okay, there's a mysterious pool down there. We're going to ignore it. Head over here. Okay. Michelle's dead. Everyone's dead. Oh, it's a plot twist. The Cape of Time actually worked. You get sent back to when you first arrived on the island. And instead of doing the smart thing and being like, hey guys, let's get off this island, literally the exact same things play out. And that's not what I meant to do. And now I got a gun that I'm going to use once. Okay, so we have a pocket lamp, pocket light, whatever. That should be fine. So now we can use two-handed weapons. Otherwise you can't use the lance if you have the regular light equipped. But we're not going to use the light ever again. Actually we will once, but that's it. Okay, so it is a time loop game, which normally I'm against. I don't know. Time loop games are really hit or miss for me, I guess. But this does have a little bit of a branching path later on, so it's not as bad. It's no ghosts and goblins. Okay, so the second verse is not quite the same as the first in terms of the stage. Basically, we don't have to light the lamp to head up to the cabin right away. We can just go talk to Lynn and Harry right away. If you kind of see, there's a, well, it's too late now, but there's a like a star-shaped purple icon on the minimap. That's what happens when you have enough purple fragments to unlock special items. That one's a grenade, so obviously we're just going to ignore it again. But alright, go talk to Lynn and Harry. Same
Try
conversation
explaining it
plays
in
out pretty
English
much.
this time.
This time they're afraid of a nest that's nearby. And this is pretty much the only thing that I've actually contributed to the speedrun of this game. You're supposed to go down and destroy that same nest from before, but it turns out that you can actually just shoot it from up here. Well, assuming that your aim isn't crap like mine. Oh, I might run out of bullets. I gotta go do it anyways. That sucks. You can't see it from this distance, unfortunately. And I thought I was in a good position for it, but guess not. I'm gonna go down there and throw a single rock at it, and it's gonna fall down. I just know it. But yeah, even with the handgun, it still takes 5 hits to knock down the nests. You'd be able to hear it make like the squishy defeat sounds if it's actually destroyed. So this is kind of a waste. Rude. Yeah, 2 hits. Okay. Whatever. This was not going to be a world record run anyways, so. Oh crap, I also have no bullets left for the next part. Oh well. Okay, so nest is destroyed. Let's go hang out with our bestest buds.
I did it. I took care of everything.
The gorilla comes back, grabs Harry again. Oh, come on. Really? There we go. So Harry's alive, scared the gorilla off, and we're off to the next stage. And those missions that are at the bottom after each stage, those are 100% optional. You don't get like a different ending for clearing all of them or anything like that. They just give you more purple fragments. And if I remember correctly, they actually were not in the original Japanese version. They were just added for the US. So yeah, this stage is pretty much the same. There's just different enemy placements. It's designed to be a lot more aggressive this time around. I say as I get hit in the face. Kind of proving my point, I guess. Squish, squish, squish. there's flies up top here. Stupid things. Okay, so the biggest difference aside from the enemy placements in this one is we're actually taking a different exit out. That'll lead to our first new stage of the second loop. Or second, you know what I mean. Still have to watch this cutscene again for some reason. Literally the same. But yeah, the first time you go through here, there's a section where it says like, oh, these vines are too thick to be cut by the sickle. So we just have to come back with a machete instead. Leave me alone, please. I said leave me alone. This one kind of sucks to try and do because the hitbox is kind of weird on it, but I'd appreciate it if you would let me down, please. There we go. All the bugs are rude. Leave me alone. That's okay. Next stage is pretty light, so. Yep, that was the way. There we go. Yeah, cross here. Unfortunately, I can never quite remember the path for that. Like I said, it's been a while since I tried going for world record or anything, so. Okay, here's, I'm gonna try and get back on land as soon as possible. There we go. A little bit faster. I have a little bit of a Silent Hill moment and dig through the garbage to get a key. With a needlessly long cutscene. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, obviously try and stick to not swimming as much as possible. Do as much running as you can. Leave me alone, please, madam. Come on. Alright, so we picked up Molotov cocktails. Those are handy. The gimmick for this stage is that there's a giant nest blocking the path, so gotta burn it down with fire. Giant nest. Fire. Okay, gonna do something kind of stupid and do the same method from before. Take out some spiders with me. So, basically the same situation from before. Mike's hanging off the bridge. The only difference is we got here a little bit quicker this time, and I failed that toss. Okay. There we go. And we can tick off the spider enough to get it to come up and attack us. Yep. Spider that for some reason sounds like an eagle. Normal spider noises. Alright, spider's dead. We saved Mike. In return, he gives us his shotgun, as well as makes us walk back across a bridge to pick up the stuff that's in his little combination box. Got a gas mask and some shells. I will use one of those. Sometimes I can get around that one, sometimes you can't. Not sure what it is. Alright, this one's super easy. We already have everything that we need, key-wise and stuff, so we're just gonna make a run for it. Oh, come on. Rude. That was so close. So, same cutscene plays out. Lynn gets attacked, Robert saves her. Giant worm time. Except this time we're gonna actually fight him. Even if you do fight it the first time that you encounter it, Lynn and Robert still die. There's literally no point to do it. I think you get some purple fragments for it, but that's about it. There we go. Yeah. Come on. Okay. So this time we actually saved Lynn and Robert, of course. And off we go. Alright, this one's pretty much the same. If I remember correctly, there are... I know for sure there's one, but if I remember correctly, there's multiple instances of those bugs that kill you if they catch you. So, never turn on the flashlight. But yeah, otherwise enemy placement's just different. I have to heal ahead of time. We'll see how it goes. Try and take the corners a little sharp in the hopes that he gets distracted. It's not working very well. Not working at all. Go away, please, sirs. That wasn't too bad, actually. Okay. Oh, come on. Try and avoid killing them because there's really no point. But sometimes they just swarm you. Thankfully, they don't really do any damage. Alright, so here's where I know for sure that one of those swarms is. Swarms is, whatever. They don't appear unless you have the flashlight on though, so I'm not doing that. But want to get Heart Mushroom, that one's pretty handy. It actually increases your max health when you use it as well as heals you fully, so we'll be needing that for the final bosses. Okay, we're getting there. I've got 4 full heals, so certainly hope I don't do anything stupid. There's absolutely no guarantee of that though. Okay, this is another one fairly straightforward since we have all the keys and stuff. Come on, leave me alone. It's another case we got here slightly faster than we did the last time, so Michelle's still here until she decides to be an idiot and just runs away again. Oh, a giant gorilla showed up. I'm gonna run towards it, because that's the smart thing to do. Anywho's, everyone's here. Until Robert's not here. Robert dies.
I'll call for a helicopter. You bring her back.
And then she calls for a flippin' helicopter. Which is stupid that she had access to that this entire time. One of the funnier moments though, Ray actually points that out and just says, I hate you right now. So, it works. So, this one's different. We actually do have to fight the gorilla this time. No, please. No, please. No. Okay. Rude. That's the main reason I like keeping the lance around too, because makes it easier to hit him in the head. That was too far away.
Maybe I should eat something.
Maybe you should just kill the giant gorilla. I don't like this, but... There we go. Okay. Giant gorilla knocks over a giant statue. Giant statue crushes giant gorilla. The end. Okay, that was kind of rough, but... So, storyline-wise, there is a reason why Robert dies there. Robert's been on the island for months. He's another scientist that's been basically trying to find some beneficial purpose to this entire island. And turns out that the regenerative properties of the island don't really work well with human physiology. And yeah, he basically just coughed up his insides and died. So... And he kind of mentions that too, like he's been here for far too long. He gives you a serum that doesn't work on him anymore because he's too far gone before he dies. Let's hope for the best here. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh yeah. Bug spray though, because... I'm gonna die. Okay. Time to use the full heal heart mushroom. Come on. Maybe. Okay. So, when I mentioned earlier that Michelle gets killed, turns out that it's actually Beelzebub that kills her. So, you're the boss. I'm sorry for the noise that the mic is probably picking up, it's just me shaking repeatedly. Yeah, I don't trust that. Okay. Time for another full heal. Because I can guarantee that I'm going to get hit as soon as I get out of the menu screen here. Oh. Cursor was on the screen still. Anywho's. Safety spinach, go. Yep. There we go. That would have been a death. Alright. So, here's the same thing as before, unfortunately. You get too far, she just throws a fit. Come on. Thankfully, you don't have to walk her the entire way out. Now here's way too many cutscenes in a row. And skip them all. So without even, like, checking to see how bad Michelle was, Ray just injects her with the serum that a stranger gave him 10 minutes before. So now there is no more serum, and science has lost all beneficial properties of this island. So everyone leaves. What an absolute coincidence. There's not enough space on the helicopter for everybody. So, guess who gets to hoof it? Helicopter crashes shortly after taking off. Okay. A shocking twist. Robert turns into a giant fly. After he's dead. So now I get to fight another boss. Oh, come on, I hit the B button. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Get out of here. Whatever. This is not going well. Yep. Whatever. Just running. That wasn't too bad. I don't know if it's faster. Just try and tank that if you need to. So anyways, here's Robert.
Better take it easy.
Okay, do one more. Oh yes, I got 2 spinaches left. Never mind, we're good. There's also mushrooms in this boss arena that you can use too. That is a instant death attack if he actually hits you with it, if I remember correctly, so it's a good thing I did not get hit with it. Stop moving. Let me stab you. There we go, and that's time. Which, 112 is not terrible. Not great, not terrible. So, there is a second ending to the game, which I do not know how to get, except I'm pretty positive that it's required that you have to be in New Game Plus. Basically, as Ray's leaving the island, he like coughs, and as his head ducks down, Robert's on the ship behind him. So, don't know what the requirement is for that though. But thanks for the GGs, everyone. It's always fun to play this game. Even as much as I complain about it, I do still really like it. But yeah, that's it. You get a little ranking screen at the end. I always get a C when I'm doing speedruns just because of the requirements are stupid. So you have to like kill way too many things to get high ranks. But yeah, I don't know. As always, thanks Ahmad for having me on. Thanks to everyone who was watching, and hope everything else goes well with the event.